Welcome. This is an intro class. This will cover the basics of how to use the oils, why I've chosen to partner with doTERRA, and really the difference, the doTERRA difference. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go and make this little presentation. So this is Essential Oils Made Easy, and teaching this, I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life. I've worked as a yoga teacher. I've worked with teens with eating disorders. I've worked with on the oncology ward in the Children's Hospital. I've done all sorts of things that help people. But essential oils is one of the things that are the closest to my heart. I have my oils here, and the doTERRA business is closest to my heart because not only is an oil so diverse, and you're going to learn this today, and you can use it in so many different ways. It's so instant. It's something that you can always have with you. My spouse jokes that like I always keep my oils safe because it's like you feel protected by them. I do. I know I sound a bit crazy, but they're so tactile. And then also this business is such an amazing community, and it's something that is so powerful to be part of. So I'm so happy to be here and teach this. So today you're going to learn the 3 cool things about oils, 3 ways to use oils, and how to get these oils in your home. So let's dive right into the 3 cool things about essential oils. So you can see over here on the left, the first cool thing is that they're 100% natural and safe. So there's no side effects, there's no addictions, there's nothing added or taken away. And this is really important. This is doTERRA oils. It's been proven by many chemists out there, unfortunately, that 98% of essential oils are cut with perfume, cheaper oils, and all sorts of things that are really not good for our bodies. If you are interested in learning more about this, the documentary Stink on Netflix has really scary, but really necessary information for us to learn about what's really in the body care and household cleaning products that we use. And essential oils, unfortunately, fall into that category because a lot of companies will sort of bottle perfume and with a maybe 20% essential oil and then call it essential oils. So this is why doTERRA is amazing, and they have this purity which is called CPTG. It stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. It's written on the side of every bottle. And what CPTG stands for is a series of about 60 tests that if oils want to get into a doTERRA bottle, it has to pass all of those tests. So they're incredibly, incredibly pure. And a couple years ago, all oil companies in the industry started saying that they're pure. So doTERRA made a website called Source to You. And if you put this little code on the bottom of your bottle into a website called Source to You, you'll see all the tests that were done on that specific bottle of oil. And if this oil does not pass those tests, the farmers who work really hard, especially when you're talking vetiver in Haiti and you have to bang the dirt out of the little vetiver roots. These farmers work really hard, and it's not their fault if their batch isn't, perfectly good. So doTERRA makes sure to still pay those farmers, but will sell the oil to other companies that don't need a medicinal grade essential oil because there's many like different uses, just like potpourri or cleaning products where you don't necessarily need the oils to be so pure because they're not going in or on your body. Okay, so that was a bit of a long-winded description of the first thing, which is that they're completely natural and safe. And I'm going to show you peppermint. I'll stop the share for a quick second. So peppermint is an oil that is so well loved. It is such an amazing oil. You can just take 1 drop here, just tap it to my hand. My peppermint is almost always running out because it's so well loved in this house. Put a little bit on your palms, rub it on the roof of your mouth. Make sure you have clean hands. We all wash our hands 100 times a day, right? Then rub your palms together, take 3 deep breaths, and rub the rest on the back of your neck, okay? This is what I call a peppermint pick-me-up. And peppermint is so diverse. You can put it into a spray And you can make a spider spray that keeps spiders away. It's just like a normal spray bottle with water, 20 drops peppermint essential oil and water. It will keep ants away. It works well as for keeping bugs away. On bug bites, I've had a few because I'm here in the country in St. Sever. I'll just put the oil right on a bug bite and it takes the sting out right away. I'll put 3 drops of peppermint in my brownie recipe and it makes peppermint brownies. I'll put some, in hot water. Did you know I'm actually drinking peppermint tea, but 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Isn't that amazing? Take a little sip. So often what I'll do is I'll make my peppermint tea and I'll even add a drop of peppermint and it's like very, very pepperminty and it's awesome. You can rub it right on your tummy to take away a tummy ache. Gosh, you could use it, I know Ashley, who's here live, is in Jamaica where it's really hot. When I was living in El Salvador last year, we were just so hot all the time. So I'd make these little spritzes just filled with peppermint and it would just, when we'd go on hikes and stuff or hike volcanoes, we would just spray, the back of the neck and it keeps you really, really nice and cool. So those are some uses of peppermint. And just know that you get, when you get your doTERRA membership, you get all the education. You get to join this private Facebook group where there's a lot of education. I send you a little book. If you're in a part of the world where I can't mail you something, especially with COVID, it's a bit harder. I send you awesome ebooks and PDFs. So your education begins once you receive the oils. Okay. The second cool thing about essential oils is that they are oftentimes more effective than modern medication. So you can see this little picture here of a cell, and there are things, sicknesses and things that happen inside the cell and things that happen outside the cell. Well, when things happen outside the cell, like bacterial infections, most of the time doctors will prescribe antibiotics, and they do their job. They can get rid of that bacteria. But unfortunately, if you've ever taken antibiotics, sometimes there's side effects. First of all, you sort of feel a bit off. I do anyways, for like 7 to 10 days. And it messes up my gut biome and I don't feel awesome. So the cool thing is that essential oils can help to stop bacterial infections. They've worked really well. One of my friends had this, it was like a vaginal infection that she just could not kick. Like, she did so many rounds of antibiotics and it was actually me who suggested, maybe you should see if essential oils work. Why don't you work? And she started taking clove internally and it got rid of the infection. So that's like something that's so, so amazing with no side effects. And then when there's a different kind of infection that's inside the cell, a lot of the times the doctors will tell us, just go home, sleep it off, drink water, wait for it to pass because there's nothing you can do. Well, the second cool thing about essential oils is that they're so small. You can see in the little image, which is a very simplified image. If you're in the medical industry or in the medical world, I'm really simplifying microbiology right now. But basically, essential oils are such tiny, tiny, tiny little molecules. They can actually penetrate the cellular wall. How it actually works is there's something called a cell receptor, and the little molecules that make up essential oils, they're often called a ligand, which is like it fits into the cell receptor, and then it can do all sorts of cool things inside the cell. It's amazing. So this blend, On Guard, which is a blend of clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, lemon, wild orange, it has been shown, there's scientific studies that showed how it was able to demune or put down, what's the word? Attenuate a virus. So I have a client and a friend named Emily who was getting sick a lot, and she was like, she started using essential oils because she has 2 kids that are in daycare. And she says, Jen, it's crazy. Since I started using On Guard, I still get sick, but it's like I'm less sick. And I said, exactly. It's a weakened virus. Like the viruses don't get as strong as the cell replicates. So that's one way to use it. And how you would use On Guard. On Guard is a big gateway oil for people, just like peppermint. People just love it. It tastes, like I said, it's sort of clove and cinnamon. So you could put some in hot water if you ever feel under the weather and sip it. It's so good for oral health because of the clove. So I'll put a drop in my hand and I'll put dental floss through and I'll floss my teeth with it. It can, I had a massage therapist who said, take your drop of On Guard, take a little bit of olive oil, rub it, or it could be fraction of coconut oil, and just give your whole throat a massage as like preventative care in the winter. And because of the cinnamon and clove, it was very warming. So it just made me feel so nice and warm. So many other things. It's yummy, and you can bake with it too because it has that kind of spicy cinnamon taste. Some people put a couple drops in their oatmeal, and then you're making this like healthy antiviral, antibacterial oatmeal. And also almost like the main way to use it, which I'm forgetting, is to clean your home. Once again, you can get a big glass bottle. I often send them as a gift when people buy oils with me. And what I do is I fill it mostly with water, 25 drops of On Guard, then a tiny little bit of Castile soap, which is like a soap that can help break up like grease, and maybe about a quarter cup of vinegar. And this is the most amazing all-purpose cleaner. It's fantastic and it smells amazing. The On Guard covers the smell of the vinegar. If you really don't like vinegar, you could add more drops of On Guard, like 40 drops. And it works really, really well to keep your home clean. And then, so they're oftentimes more effective than modern medication. That's the second cool thing. And the third cool thing, oftentimes more affordable. Now, what people don't understand, and this happens a lot in doTERRA, they're like, oh, the oils are so expensive, but you have to understand what they are, two things. One, what they are replacing in your home. I'll give you an example of that. And two, how little, you only need one drop, like one tiny drop is like all you need. So if you think there's 250 drops in a 15 ml bottle, I mean, you have 250 days of using that. That's almost a year. So it really goes a really long way, and it smells so good. I'll give you an example with how you can save money. So my friend Marissa, she's a 4-year-old that whenever she would get sick, it would become an ear infection right away. And then she'd have to go to the doctor, get antibiotics. Even here in Canada, healthcare is pretty much free, but if you're even thinking about the gas in your car and waiting in the waiting room, and maybe the antibiotics will even cost you $10, that is still way more expensive than making a little roller of essential oil using like 60 cents of essential oil. She'd make a little roller with lavender, tea tree, arbor vitae, and copaiba, which are 4 really antibacterial, anti-inflammatory oils. She'd take a roller like this. Roller means like there's a little roller top like that. She'd fill it up with her carrier oil, add only 1 drop of each because it's like a little baby, little body. Her 4-year-old is like a little person. And then she would rub it on her daughter's chest and even up a little bit behind the ear. And whenever first of all, the daughter got sick way less, but when she did, it would not turn into an ear infection. So think about the time, money, everything that she saves from being able to use the oils. Well, there's so many examples like that. And I can definitely say for myself, if I think of like my skin, I spend less on skincare. I never get sick. I can't even remember the last time I've gone to the doctor for something, and just how many things I've been able to heal in myself just using essential oils. And there's this little guide. It's called Modern Essentials. It's very easy to use, and it's almost like a little oil encyclopedia. So you flip through and you look up like earache, and you can look up psoriasis, you can look up eczema, you can look up migraines, and it's not like oils are just going to like solve all of your problems, but they're definitely a tool in a whole arsenal of tools. If that makes sense. So that's the third cool thing. They're affordable. And now let's look at 3 ways to use. So the first way is aromatic. So I just sort of showed you that with my wild orange. You put a drop in your hands, you inhale, the little molecules travel up your nasal cavity, interact with the olfactory bulb in your brain, which connects to your limbic system. You feel different. This is honestly the number 1 way I use my oils. I always have them near me. I'm always just smelling them, feeling different, feeling relaxed, feeling good. It's very real. It's very real science. It helps you focus. Maybe you can see behind me, I have my diffuser It's hard to see, but I have my diffuser going beside my bed. I have it going beside my desk when I'm working. I'll diffuse lemon and peppermint during the day when I'm focusing, and that really helps with focus. It helps me feel energized in the morning. And in the evening, I'll diffuse lavender and wild orange, and those two together just they're like they're now, years and years after doing this, they're like a cozy blanket. I just feel so safe. I feel so good. Um, and then another way that I use them aromatically, this is so funny, any of the wood oils like sandalwood, cedarwood, arbor vitae, which is a wood from Vancouver, from BC, black spruce, which is actually from Quebec. I'll take some and put it in my hands and put it in my hair. There's something about wood oils in my hair. And it's not just me, a lot of my friends love this. And I'll just put it in, and then throughout the day, I'll turn my hair and I get this amazing whiff of sandalwood, and it's like I'm literally in heaven. It's literally so good. Like I'm doing it now, and it makes me feel so happy, so good. So that's the first way to use, which is aromatic. Topically, it's just like what it sounds like, on your skin. So reasons why you would use that, like I'll put tea tree on some pimples if I get pimples. I'll put I'll rub some lavender over like a sunburn. I'll use some peppermint on a bug bite. Just think of on your skin. I'll rub oils on my tummy that will help with any sort of indigestion. Deep Blue, I don't have my big bottle here because I'm so generous. I keep giving it away. So I put a little bit of the Deep Blue cream in this little tin. It's for my travel. And I'll take a little bit like that on my finger. And this is a blend. They've put it in a cream so it can really sit on top of the skin. And it has wintergreen and peppermint and ylang ylang. Oh, and it's so good for muscle tension. So I'll use this like in a massage. And wow, this, if you're looking for a product that really makes the difference in joint pain, muscle pain, menstrual pain, Deep Blue, just rub it on. But just use a tiny bit. Literally the amount I put on my finger, like just like that. That's all you need. And it comes in like a big bottle like that. So it will last you a good year. And please don't use too much. I had a friend who uses it for her restless leg. I gave her some to use for her restless leg syndrome. And she just almost emptied like a whole bottle onto her leg. She said her leg was like ice cold. So you just have to use a little bit. And then finally, the third way to use essential oils is internally, just like this. So internally, I use, there's this blend called Smart and Sassy that is like peppermint, ginger, cinnamon, lemon, and grapefruit. So good for metabolism. It just makes me feel so like awake and ready for the day when I use it. I'll put spearmint in my water. I love the taste. It's really for flavoring, but also people would take it like if I think I'm getting sick, I'll put On Guard in my water and sip it. It can also be to help with a mood, like if I put some wild orange in water, like it just makes me feel calm. It makes me feel happy. Yeah, that would be, and sort of like oral hygiene too, is why you would take them internally. And then also for sort of like an infection, or if you're sick, like oregano internally, if there's like a sore throat, really, really powerful. So let's go through some of the top oils. Lemon, I think I've mentioned, diffuse it to feel focus, awake. You could use it topically, but citrus oils will make your skin sensitive in the sun, and I never want to risk it. I once put citrus oil on my neck on the first sunny day in Montreal, and I went and I lay outside, and I got a big burn that really looked like a hickey. It was really embarrassing. So I try to be really careful, but I give out a little paper that shows you, or a little image, I should say, that shows you which oils can be photosensitive. But you basically want to stay away from putting the citruses on your skin. But lemon, I mean, I go through like a bottle of lemon almost every month. It's not an expensive oil. It's like $14. And I clean with it. I put a lot in my water. It's really good for getting off those little stickers that you get at Winners or IKEA. It like dissolves it. It's amazing. Frankincense. I could teach a whole class on frankincense. It's the king of oils. My partner, Chris, is obsessed with it. He puts some palms in his hand, rubs it all over his hair and his beard, and he smells so good. It's like his cologne. I add some to my skincare. I just rub it over my face. It's so good for skincare. It gives me a little skin glow. It really helps cells perform optimally. It's truly what it does. It permeates the cells and helps them work. It makes you feel so calm. Frankincense was in the Bible, if you know, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. It wasn't frankincense essential oil back then because they didn't have the technology, but it's a resin from a tree. And they used to use that resin as salves for leprosy and all sorts of sicknesses because it's so effective. It's really like a gift from God, frankincense. What an amazing oil. I always make sure that I have some in my house. Digest Zen is an amazing blend of peppermint, caraway, ginger. This I rub right on my tummy. I don't diffuse this because it's not really a smell that I love. It's fennel and ginger, but wow, is this effective for indigestion? This is like another transformational oil. So many people have said they took a few drops in their mouth for IBS or just for indigestion, and for me, just calming my digestive system. So powerful. And then Deep Blue, I mentioned, they make it in the creams I showed you, but also in the blend. So Deep Blue, again, you just rub it into joints. My friend Jen Wendy, her mom has rheumatoid arthritis, and it really helps as she massages it into the joints. And then Breathe is your spa blend. So this you would have a few drops in the shower. This you would put in your diffuser. This is great to diffuse. Like, it just makes your home smell so good. I remember being in BC and there was all these forest fires, and we were diffusing Breathe in our Airbnb nonstop just to cleanse the air because it was so smoky outside. And even I will just put a little bit underneath my nostrils to help, open my airways. Really good now. Like, if you are a person who wears masks, it's really nice to put some inside of your masks. I actually sent a whole bunch of samples to a bunch of frontline workers a couple months ago, so they could just, in these kind of cute little samples, drop a couple drops into their mask, and then you're just feeling like you can breathe more clearly. And then Wild Orange, like I said, it's energizing, invigorating, and it lifts the mood. But strangely enough, it's also good. It also calms your hormones, and can help you sleep. And then Adaptive, I chatted about it last week. What an amazing blend for calming, like improves mood. An amazing, amazing blend of ylang ylang and lavender and wild orange and neroli, and just these oils that help so much. How I use it is just inhaling, just aromatically. It's so powerful. I diffuse it, I put it in my palms, I smell it, and I just feel so good. And you can see these little letters. This means like aromatically, T means topically. If you could take it internally, there would be an I, but they don't put an I here because this is for aromatically and topically. And then finally, Copaiba, so calming. So it works on the endocannabinoid system, which is the same part of your nervous system that CBD oil works on. So it works in a similar way, and it's a really high quality, pure option. So it's a nice option for you if you want something that helps you feel calm. I'll take it towards the end of the day. I just take a couple drops under my tongue, and wow, it makes me feel really sleepy. I get a great sleep, and I just feel really calm and amazing. And then Citrus Bliss is like a creamsicle. This is pure joy. It's just pure, like, it could be another one I could put in my hair because it smells like what it says, Citrus Bliss. It's really, I don't even know how they get that that scent, but it smells like a creamsicle, like orange and vanilla sort of. So now think about your top 3 health concerns, and based on everything I've shared, what it is that you would want to work on. So I know, Ashley, you're here live. Is there something that specifically you're working on and want to share? You also don't have to, but I know you had mentioned calming. Oh,
Yeah, mainly just anxiety, I think,
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Oh, anxiety. Thank you for your message. Yeah, so you could write down like anxiety and mood. And then what we can do, usually when I'm in a one-on-one, we can look at which oils can help you with that. And if you have, if you're someone that has a whole bunch of goals, we can also just work on one at a time. But anxiety was the main reason that I started using essential oils, because for various reasons, like I think probably I know I'm a highly sensitive person, so I tend to be more anxious anyways, but I'd also experienced grief. I'd lost my father as a teen. So grief can create feelings of anxiety and even just being sensitive to what's going on in the world. So these oils have been a huge, huge tool um, that I constantly have to calm my nervous system. So I definitely get that. Also, if you're thinking anxiety, these supplements, Lifelong Vitality Pack, are so amazing. I have a full blog post that I wrote on them. And again, I could spend almost an hour talking about them. But basically, think of antioxidants, your omegas, and your multivitamins. And they, it says here what they do. They help with your eye health, brain health. They help stress management. They definitely helped me feel more calm, big time. There's essential oils in them. There's omegas in them. They are really amazing. And they are like the foundation. And then you build on top of them. I have been taking them every single day since August 2016. It's coming up on 4 years. And if you buy them and you're not happy, you can send them back. You can use them for a whole month and finish the bottles, because this is a month's worth, and send them back the empty bottles, or just tell them that you want a refund because you're not satisfied, and they'll send it to you because they're that confident in how it works. So now I'm going to tell you the 3 ways that you can get these oils into your home. So the first way is retail. And if you're watching this video, or if you're here live, you wouldn't buy retail. You only buy retail if you walk into like a chiropractor office and there's a physical bottle sitting on the shelf, and you would pay the full retail price. It's the most expensive way to buy. The second way is wholesale. So think Costco. So for an annual fee, you get the best products for the best prices. And with doTERRA, your membership gets you 25 below the retail price. And then the third way is below wholesale. And that's the only way that I buy my oils. And I'll talk to you about that in a little moment. So when you do order oils, so you order them online, they deliver to all through, North America, many countries in Central and South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, all over the world. You will get a little welcome email from me with links to these really awesome education Facebooks with an amazing community. I send a little welcome pack with just some little empty bottles so you can start blending. I send some ebooks, some videos. You get ongoing support. I run 2-for-1 giveaways. It's really fun. So if we aren't already in contact, you can text me or email me. You can see my email here just underneath my name, and tell me what your top health goals are, because that way I can help you choose exactly what the best oils would be for you. Now, I'm going to show you some kits, because you know how I mentioned before that you can buy below the wholesale price? Well, this is how you can do that, because doTERRA knows that it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to use lavender and that's going to shift everything, or tea tree. They understand it's a whole lifestyle. The idea is that you have a whole arsenal of tools, so that if you're feeling anxious, you know that you could grab lavender and frankincense. If you are having a hard time focusing, you could grab lemon and peppermint. If you have muscle pain, you could grab deep blue. So they have bundled and further discounted these oils into kits. And when you start with this kit, you don't need to pay the membership fee, which is $42 Canadian dollars or 35 US. So it's a really awesome deal to start with a kit. So this is the Healthy Start Kit. There's almost all the oils that we talked about today, and it's $160 US. It's about $210 or $205 Canadian. It comes with an awesome little diffuser. It's like a little, it's about this size. And these are 5 ml bottles. So these are smaller bottles. I think we talked about all of them except maybe oregano, but I mentioned that is like the 1-2 punch. If you get the sense you're getting sick, take it internally, take it in a capsule. You can buy these little from doTERRA empty veggie caps. You get like 500 for $5 because they're just little water soluble things. Put it in the capsule, take it internally. And I love this diffuser. It has a setting that it goes on and off for 10 hours. Next is the Healthy Habits Kit. I love this kit because you get the big bottle of Deep Blue, you get a bottle of On Guard, you get lemon, you get Balance, which is this grounding, amazing, comforting blend of wood oils. You get frankincense and you get lavender. Wow, the oils are so amazing. Plus, you're getting the supplements that are taking care of your antioxidants, your energy, your anxiety, your mood. Like, wow, it's such like a full rounded, well-rounded kit. You also get the digestive enzymes. So this is $195 US, and I believe in Canada it's around like $220 or $230. Then there's the Healthy Essentials, which I love. That I know that this one's about $330 in Canada. These are the bigger bottles. So the other kit had these 5 ml bottles, whereas the one in this kit, you can see they're bigger. This one has about 75 drops, and this one has 260 drops. This is amazing. You get the nice big diffuser that's very powerful, and it has a setting where it can go for 2 hours, 4 hours, or on and off every 5 minutes for 12 hours, which is really nice at night. And it has all the oils we've talked about today, including Copaiba and Adaptive, which if you are thinking about anxiety and mood, this is an amazing kit for you, especially just for the Copaiba and Adaptive, lavender, Balance. This is all going to help really ground you. And you might say, oh, but there's no frankincense in it. Well, the good news is that Balance is a blend that has frankincense in it. So you'll still get frankincense into your home in that way. Then there is a larger kit. This one is $350 US. I believe it's around 600 Canadian. And here you're really diving in. You're getting the top 10 oils, including frankincense, because frankincense is like 90 just on its own. You're getting the hand sanitizer, the On Guard soap. You can see there's so many On Guard products. The cleaner concentrate, you put like a tablespoon into a spritz bottle with water, and you can use that to clean your home. You get the toothpaste, the shampoo and conditioner, and the diffuser. It's awesome. Really jumping in with both feet kit. Then if you're jumping in even more, this is $570. I think it's like 1,000 Canadian. You're getting the box. You're getting a good like 12 oils, Lifelong Vitality Pack, Deep Blue, Correct-X, which is like a natural polysporin. It's amazing. You get the Breathe Stick, which is kind of like Vicks Vapor Rub, but natural. You get the fractionated coconut oil, which is like the carrier oil. Carrier oil means that essential oils are really, really strong, right? They're really concentrated. So if I wanted to rub them on my skin, it's good that I take like 1 drop of essential oil and then 3 or 4 drops of carrier oil, then I can really massage it in. And when people make rollers, it's like filled up like 75% of the way with your carrier oil, and then the rest is essential oil. And that helps you stretch the life of your oils, helps you save money, but it also dilutes the oils in a good way. Dilution doesn't mean it's less effective. It's actually, they have found that it can actually work more effectively when it is less concentrated. Think of it as like if you're baking cookies. I don't know why this analogy came to me. I've never said this before, but like if the batter is all clumped in the center, they don't really cook well. But if you have all these, if they're nice and spread out, you can bake your cookies. And there's not like some parts are burnt and some parts are raw, right? It's all just like uniform. It works better. It's kind of like that when you dilute essential oils in carrier oil. And then finally, I love this kit. It's a small kit. It's 105 US, 134 Canadian. And it's such a great way to start. Has a blend called Serenity, which is really good for anxiety and calm. I diffuse Serenity. It's the main way I use it. It's got lavender and vetiver in it. There's On Guard, which I've talked a lot about. That's your immune support, your cleaning, killing bacteria. And lemon, which I've also talked about, cleansing in the water, for for drinking water, and then Deep Blue for your muscle care. This is a great kit, and it's very affordable for people that want like a smaller price point. This month, which at the time that I'm teaching this class, there are 2 days left in the month. If you did a 200 PV order, you would get a free bottle of Immortelle. So this blend has rose in it, frankincense, vetiver, tea tree, all the most beautiful oils for skin. It's worth about $100 on its own. And it's like your anti-aging blend. So you rub it on your face, but it's also amazing for perfume, like a women's perfume. And it's actually neat. So even though it's in a roller, they did not dilute it because you just need the tiniest amount, and then you kind of rub it in with your moisturizer. So just to give you an idea of 200 PV, because people are like, what's 200 PV? It's like 200 American dollars. Like it's a little bit less. So you can see here there's 70 PV in this kit. This one was 400 PV. But if I just go back a little bit, if you got this kit, 250 PV, or if you got this one, and I'm saying this to Ashley, if you got this one today or tomorrow, because these are the last 2 days of June, you would also get the Immortelle for free, which is pretty awesome because it's worth like $95, $100, and it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful blend. So, and then also there's this Citrus Bloom collection, but you know what? It sold out so fast. We don't even have it anymore. And we do have the Amavi still. This is really fun blends for men. So if you ever want me to teach a class to your friends, I send a little keychain filled with cute little samples to you, and you'll love this keychain. You'll bring it with you everywhere. It's just like this little carrier case, and the little oils are so handy to have. So the 3 types of people that come to this class, the first type of person is watching this thinking, hey, I am so excited about this natural lifestyle. I'm excited to do this for myself and for my immediate family. And doTERRA supports this type of person with ongoing free monthly education. I teach some of the education, some of my team members teach the education, and some of it is from the greater doTERRA community. So you get that for free when you order a kit with me. The second type of person is watching this thinking, oh my God, my mom needs this, or my friend would love that. This type of person loves to share what they genuinely love. They're the type of person, if they buy a great t-shirt or jeans or see a movie, they tell everyone to get it. doTERRA supports this type of person that as you authentically share the oils, you can get the oils that you buy yourself each month paid for. So you get oils for free. And doTERRA calls this free natural healthcare. And there's tens of thousands of people all over the world getting free natural healthcare from doTERRA. And then the third type of person is watching me teach this and saying, that's it. That's what I want to do. I want to share the power of essential oils with people. And doTERRA supports this type of person with a very generous compensation plan where you can complement or even replace your income and become financially free, which is what I did. I still teach yoga, but I teach it for fun because doTERRA pays me so well. And before doTERRA came into my life, I was grinding. I was teaching 14 classes a week. I was exhausted. If I couldn't teach, I couldn't get paid, and it was a very stressful way of living, which is ironic because you're like, you're a yoga teacher. How stressful could it be? But now with doTERRA, because every month I know because of the business that I've built, there is a paycheck that's coming in. And it started when I started, it was like $100. And then it was like $500. And then it was like $2,000. And then it was like $5,000. Now it's like $7,000 to $10,000. I can't even believe it, for doing the same work every week, every month. It just grows and grows and grows year after year because that's what this business model does. Wow, it's such a gift. And as you can tell, I can't even stop talking about it because one of my biggest passions is showing people how they can also, in a way that's so authentic to them and nourishes their passions and dreams, how they can build their own doTERRA business. So I'm going to share a little bit more about the joy of sharing oils because it's such a true passion of mine. So a lot of people ask, Why doTERRA and why now? It's the largest essential oil company in the world. It has, I've explained, the CPTG, the most tested, trusted, pure oils that you could find. There are doctors and hospitals partnering with doTERRA, using them in clinics as preventative care. The farmers are paid well, they're paid ethically. I've been to so many events, and the farmers come in from where they're working in Madagascar, in Haiti, and they share these stories in Kenya of how doTERRA has transformed their lives because they have income, they get raises every year. It just does good for the world, which is really needed right now. Um, the compensation plan is amazing. There's no ceiling to what's possible. And there is a high retention rate. 65% of people stay because the oils are so good. So many MLMs, which is like this business model, they're like, we're going to make this business model. Now we need to add a product. doTERRA started with heart, started with a vision to change the world with essential oils, change the way we understand health and healthcare. And then they said, what is the best way to get these oils into people's homes? It has to be this teaching way, which is a very feminine way, which is a very circular wealth kind of way. It's not just like one person wins and everyone else is like working so doggedly hard. This is everyone shares and helps, and the community is amazing. It's all over the world. The founding team are 7 beautiful humans. I've met them all. They mortgaged their homes 13 years ago to start doTERRA. They really have a vision, and doTERRA is debt-free with no outside funding. So they're a private company. They're not public, which is so important. It means that Wall Street cannot tell us how to run our business. We do not have shareholders. We can really stay true to our vision. This is a bit what doTERRA events feel like. There's just a great group of people, though now most of them are online. So a lot of people ask, how do I make money? How much time is involved? Could this work for me? And what's the next step? So the way to make money is very simple. I'm going to be honest, 99% of people come to me saying, Jen, I don't want to do sales. I don't think that's telling of the world, but the people that I attract, I think because I'm a yogi and I'm a creative and I'm like a healer, I attract people like that. I don't attract people that come with a strong sales background. So most people feel uncomfortable selling. And what we learn is to really dismantle and tease apart this idea that a salesperson is this like pushy, obnoxious, loud. That's like the archetype, right? Like this car salesman archetype. And what I've learned in my team, and I've had a lot of success in doTERRA, and the reason why I'm good at sales is because I care about people. And sales in this model is about listening, being patient, learning, truly caring about someone's goal and helping them achieve that. And when you do those things, you succeed at this business. And people are like, well, I don't want to have to convince anyone or this. What I do is if anyone, on Instagram or my friend group or whatever, I'm going through my life. We just had a little Saint Jean, little get together last week, and someone's like, I want to learn about oils. I just make them a little sample. Just try it. And then, so that's the sample. And then they're like, I want to learn more. I said, okay, let's hop on a call. I'm going to teach you. So I'll teach a formal class like this, or I'll just kind of teach them gently. And then I show them how they can order their oils. And then I support them, meaning I send them a book. I send them an ebook. I invite them to a group, and that's literally how it works. It is not more complicated than that. That's what I was doing back in 2015. That's what I'm doing in 2020. You do the same thing with different people, and that's how your business grows. This is the income potential. So to give you an idea, this was very much like what my journey was like at the beginning of my first year. I was probably making about under $300 a month. So this is the sort of joke in doTERRA is that you start off and you're greatly underpaid for your work, and then you're greatly overpaid for your work. So my first year I was making about $300 a month, and I'm like, gosh, is this thing ever going to grow? Like, I'm happy to, I won't say no to $300 a month, but can this ever support me? And then about a year after that, I was making closer to like $1,000 a month. So I was like, that's cool. I love doing this. It's not that hard. And I'm learning so much about oils and it's, the community. And then a year after that, I was making around $2,000 a month. And then I was like, wow, this could be really life-changing. This is starting to change the options that are open to me. And then at the beginning of last year, I was making closer to $5,000 a month. And that's when I was like, hey, maybe I can see if I could do this full time. And I'd been teaching yoga for like at that point 5 years. I was like, I'm just gonna give up all my classes and move to El Salvador and live by the beach and see if I could run my doTERRA business from my laptop and see if that works. Well, it did. We went there for 6 months, but this is the funny thing about life. When you sort of like go for your dream, then you realize actually it wasn't all that. I loved living by the beach, but I missed seasons and I missed snow, believe it or not, and I missed my family. And so we actually came back last year, and now I'm learning more about what makes me happy. And we'll go back for a couple months out of the year, but I don't need to live there full time. And then just a couple months ago, I had my first $10,000 month. And then it was like, wow, my spouse didn't have to work anymore. I could support both of us. And he started to build another business that we're both working on for coaches. And now I'm sort of here leaning into, wow, it even seems crazy. Could I ever get to Diamond making 16 grand a month and then 40 grand a month? It seems crazy, but guess what? In 2015, earning $5,000 a month seemed crazy to me. So anything is possible. And you get mentored. I have so many mentors and people that are these levels. My friend Christine is a blue diamond, and Elena is a president, and they teach you how. It's this really amazing way of doing business where everyone shares their best practices, because the more I win, the more everyone else wins, and the more you win, the more I win. So my joy is helping people become financially free. And if you just want to get to a place where you're earning $1,000 a month and then you just want to kind of stay there and chill, that's okay too. People can do this in their own way. You don't have to go all the way to the top. That's just my personality. I like a challenge. I'm like, ooh, that would be cool. Like what's possible for my life then? It like makes me giddy. So just to give you an idea, if you want your oils paid for, you can work 3 to 5 hours a week. If you want to supplement your income, like maybe you make that extra $200 a month or $500 a month, you could do 5 to 15 a week. And if you want to replace your income, you do closer to 15 to 30 hours a week. But isn't that cool? At full time, my busiest week, I do 6 hours a day. Like I do 30 hours in a week. I've never worked more than that. So just because I remember coming from corporate, I was doing 50 hours a week, week after week after week, and not really ever getting a raise, never ever really making more than 50 grand a year. So this is amazing. And what's really cool is I'm really passionate about teaching you. If you can laser focus for 30 minutes, you could do this business in 15 hours a week and scale it to 6 figures if you're really clear and you're doing personal growth and you're pushing through your fears. So this could work for you really well if you're passionate about oils, you love people, and you can follow a system and get things done. And the thing with the system, a lot of people rebel against systems, but it's really good to learn. Just learn the recipe, learn the cupcake recipe, then you can decorate it with sprinkles or frosting or pink frosting or blue. You can make this business your own. I will say that people that have had the most success, they just learn the basic skeleton of how it's done, which I teach you. And then from there, you can really put your own spin, your own flair on it. So the next step, if you have a wholesale account, you upgrade to 100 PV LRP. If you don't have a wholesale account, choose a kit and we'll set up your LRP. Reach out for help. My email is right here, jcrudeboss@gmail.com, and start making your list and sample everyone, which is sort of for fun, but I show you. You start to make a names list and you start to think and you start to visualize who would be your dream people to share these oils with. And then you start to offer little samples. But I'm telling you, once you get going, you find yourself in situations where you're meeting people, they want to learn about oils, and it happens quite easily. So the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. So that's something to remember. And I'm going to show you now. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to show you. Oh no, sorry, I'm going to keep sharing. I'm just going to close that little presentation. If you exit, there we go. All of my tabs. let's say if you want to order your oils. So I'm going to go to doTERRA.com. Okay. This is what you would do. You would go to create account and then choose your region. So you're in Canada. I'll just make this big again. So choose Canada, continue. Then you choose, let's say you want the Healthy Essentials Enrollment Collection, 215 PV, you add that. Okay, then you review your cart. And look, the eMortel is added for free. Then you proceed to checkout. Then you would put in your first name, your last name. Okay, this is my little Google situation, saves all of this. You would create an email and a password. And then here is where you'd put in my name, because I am the person, if you're enrolling with me, but if you're enrolling with someone else, put in their name, meaning the person that educates you and you want to work with. And then you search, and then you will see my name there. I don't know why my image went away, but you'll see my name there. And then you go in and you fill in all of your information, first name, last name, birth date. You have to be 18 or older. I once had a 17-year-old come to a class. It's like, you have to wait for your oils. And then you continue. So I won't go any further because I'm not going to put in info, but that is how you get going. And then as soon as you do that, I get an email from doTERRA and they tell me, okay, Jen, it's time for you to start helping and mentoring this person on their doTERRA journey. And then I start sending you the resources to learn even more about how to use your oils. So I hope that was really, really useful. And I really, really, really look forward to meeting you.